You ever spend an entire weekend laying down a brand new laminate floor? You get it all done, step back, and it looks perfect, totally flat. And then, just a few weeks later, you walk in and see it's all wavy and buckled. It is one of the most frustrating things for a homeowner. Well, today, we're going to dive into the secret science behind your floors to figure out why that happens and, more importantly, how to make sure it never happens to you. And hey, if this sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. As flooring contractor James Miller says, it's a super common nightmare that can turn a perfect project into a total mess. It feels like a disaster, but the fix is actually way simpler than you'd think, once you understand the invisible force that's causing it. So, what is this thing, this invisible force that's sabotaging all your hard work? I can tell you right now, it's not bad luck, and it's almost never a bad product. The real answer is something way more basic, something built right into the material itself. All right, time to unmask the culprit. And to do that, we have to look inside the flooring plank. The secret isn't on that pretty surface layer you walk on. Nope, it's hidden deep down in the core that gives the whole plank its strength. And this is it. The heart of almost all laminate flooring is what's called a high-density fiberboard, or HDF core. Just think of it as wood fibers that have been super compressed. And because it's made from wood, well, it acts just like wood. And that is the key to this whole puzzle. Okay, this brings us to a kind of nerdy science word, but stick with me, it's super important. Hygroscopic. It sounds complicated, but all it really means is that a material is thirsty. It naturally wants to absorb moisture right out of the air. And that wood-based HDF core? Yeah, it is very hygroscopic. The absolute easiest way to picture this is to just think of your floor's HDF core as a giant, flat sponge. So when the air in your house is humid, it soaks up that moisture. When the air gets dry, it lets it go. Your floor is literally breathing all day, every day, whether you realize it or not. So it's this really simple chain reaction. The humidity in the room goes up, that sponge-like HDF core starts soaking up the moisture, and as the wood fibers get wet, the entire plank physically expands. It gets bigger. It's just simple physics, but it has huge, powerful consequences for that beautiful floor. So now we know why it happens, but how can you spot it before it becomes a total disaster? Well, your floor actually gives you warning signs. It talks to you, and learning its language is the key to stopping a small problem from becoming a big one. The most obvious sign is what you can see, of course, visible buckling or warping, but you gotta look for the subtle stuff too. Are the edges of the planks curling up just a little bit? Can you see tiny ridges forming between them? And don't forget to listen. You hear that little clicking or popping sound when you walk across the room? That's the sound of planks under pressure, literally fighting each other for space. Now, these signs don't just appear out of nowhere. They are almost always the result of a few really common and totally avoidable mistakes during installation. So let's put on our detective hats and investigate the errors that lead straight to an expanding floor. It often just comes down to patience. The wrong way is to just rip open the boxes and start installing, ignoring the humidity in your home or how dry the subfloor is. But the right way, yeah, it takes a little patience. You let the planks just sit in the room for a couple of days to get used to their new home. You actually check the humidity levels, and you make absolutely sure the subfloor is dry before you start. But of all the mistakes you can make, one is the absolute king. As our source material puts it bluntly, skipping expansion gaps is asking for trouble. This is the single most critical 100% non-negotiable step of any laminate floor installation. So how much space are we talking about? It's not a lot. The magic number is right here, a gap of 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch. You have to leave this tiny little gap around the entire perimeter of the room, against every wall, every doorway, everything. It really doesn't seem like much, but that tiny space is the difference between success and total failure. And don't think of this as a mistake or a bad cut. It's not. It's your floor's breathing room. It gives those planks a safe, invisible place to expand into when the humidity naturally rises. Without it, they've got nowhere to go, except up. They push against the walls and buckle right in the middle of your room. All right, we've gone through the science, we've looked at the common mistakes. Now for the best part, your prevention playbook. These are the exact, actionable steps you can take to make sure you get a perfect floor that lasts a lifetime. Here it is, your 4-step checklist for success. 1. Acclimate the planks. Let them just rest in the room for 2 or 3 days before you install. 2. Control the humidity. Get your room into that sweet spot between 35 and 65%.
3, use a good quality underlayment with a moisture barrier. It's like an insurance policy. And 4, I'm going to say it one more time, use spacers and leave those non-negotiable expansion gaps.
But what if you're watching this and your floor is already buckling? Don't despair. It might not be too late. It's time for a rescue mission. For minor issues, there are some fixes you can try yourself before you have to call in the pros.
If it's just a little bit of buckling, you might be able to fix it by just removing the baseboard to give the planks some room. If you know a small leak caused it, fix the source of the water and then dry the area completely with fans. But you gotta be realistic. If you're looking at serious, extensive warping all over the room, it's time to call in a professional. That's not admitting defeat, that's just being smart.
You know, the biggest takeaway here is that your floor isn't just a static surface. It's a dynamic part of your home. It's constantly reacting to the environment, expanding and contracting. It's always communicating with you through what you see and what you hear. The only question is, are you listening?